mental health expert and author, Sheila Robinson-Kiss. Hi, Sheila. Thanks for coming on the show.
Hi, thanks for having me back.
What is anxiety?
You know, if I could describe it in a nutshell, it's really a pervasive feeling of tension, nervousness, fear, or dread. It's like a blanket that you'd rather not have with you all the time, but it's there.
Wow, okay. Now, a few of the things that we just mentioned there as to what's causing people a lot of stress, political situations, money, relationships, these are things that have always existed. Is there an uptick in anxiety, or are we getting better at identifying it and giving things labels that we might not have in the past?
Both. There's definitely an uptick. You know, it's jumped up in the last few years by about 30%. You know, COVID came in, a lot of other issues are swirling. And at the end of the day, the anxious mind is the mind that is anywhere but the here and now. It's no way to live. But when you think about what's happening in the backdrop, wars, relationship issues, financial issues, people are generally scattered and feel pulled in a lot of different directions. So it is manifesting. It's not our imaginations.
Surely. And I could see how maybe somebody could not even realize that anxiety has entered their life. You might get used to it, and you might think that that is the normal. So I want to ask for our viewers who are watching this and to kind of give them a better idea of how to identify it. What are some of the early signs of anxiety disorder?
Yeah, thank you. It's a wonderful question. Some of the early signs, and you're spot on, you can live with it so long that you're acclimated to it. But when you find that you are constantly tense, issues around sleep, issues around focus and concentration, and you find that you're always worried. You're worried a lot, even when you're in a setting, or you can't tangibly point to anything that's particularly that should be stressing you. That's letting you know that it's time to reach out for some support and help. But you're spot on. You can live with it so long that this feeling becomes routine. But like I just said, it's no way to live, and there's a lot of help and intervention available.
Studies show that women are more than twice as likely as men to get anxiety disorders. Why do you think that is, Sheila?
You know, there's a lot of reasons. Women are bearing the brunt still in this country of child rearing. They're juggling work, trying to juggle family. So there can seem like the weight of the world is on their shoulders. And certainly it is more pervasive for women. And the women I work with, I tell them all the time, it's key to have a routine to breathe. You know, we treat our brains and our lives like cell phones sometimes, where we don't shut them off. But just having that time can make all the difference. And if you've been on this hamster wheel, you know, forever and a day, you may need some help to do that, to get a plan put together.
Oh, Sheila, I wish we had an hour to have a conversation all about cell phones specifically and anxiety. Cell phones, something I think is a big part of the lives of people in my generation. I do want to ask you, though, of course, you kind of alluded there to it. If this goes undiagnosed, things could just get worse, untreated rather, things could just get worse for somebody. So I want to ask you, I mean, if doctors find that patients do have the signs and symptoms of anxiety, what does treatment look like? Is it always medication, or are there other things?
Treatment is not always medication. Sometimes it can be, but I've worked with so many folks that when they get active, a physical routine, building things in each day. There's something called EFT, tapping. There's essential oils. There's a multitude of things that someone can do. And a lot of people say, well, Sheila, I reached out to a doctor, I reached out to a therapist. They're so busy. You can begin to educate yourself today. You know, I call it Anxiety University. Get online. The guidance and the intervention, it's everywhere. If you need to get on a wait list, do so. But by all means, access the information that is available. It's not always about medication. Sometimes it can be, but there's a lot out there.
Very good to know. Mental health expert and author Sheila Robinson-Kiss, thank you so much for coming on the show and breaking it
Thank you
down
so
for us. We
much.
appreciate it. We'll be right back, guys.